Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I am your host, bringing you another post glitch side. Today, we'll be reacting to a video that my friend suggested me. They told me to react to JOKIC, so here we are. Hopefully y'all enjoy it.
Let's continue on a good note. Green on three. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Jeff, are you pumped?
You're getting so much better at this. He is. I love it.
JOKIC in his bag, Birkin style, spinorama. Martin bounce pass to Joker, give and go, one pass and a dunk, two hands.
Top 10 in the league, scoring, rebounding, and assists. And if you look at all the advanced analytics, #1 in every single one.
I think this is my best season of my life and the best basketball of my life. And the team is playing good, which is the most important thing.
Van Vliet, that's no good. Rebound on the weak.
I know the video just started, but he said, you know, looks like the team is playing good. That's the most important thing. But when you're at the top, though, is it? I'm just saying. Let me shut up. I'm gonna play the video.
Blocked by JOKIC. Not tonight, buddy. NIKOLA JOKIC was the 41st pick in the draft 5 years ago, and now he's one of the best players in the NBA.
Okay.
Nikola!
Show me that. Show me how he's the best. I know he just won against the
my first year, my second year, I was like, whoa, like rushing, everything was sprinting, and then I figured out just by experience I can find the shortcuts and just playing in my pace.
Speed and quickness are overrated. I'll take skill and just amazing basketball IQ. I mean, NIKOLA JOKIC can do everything.
You can describe him. It's so unique in like what he does. He don't want to talk about no accolades of himself. He's all about winning in the team.
Okay, he's a humble player.
It's somebody you want to follow in the footsteps of. It's always a wow moment, and the stuff he does, like, it's so easy. Like, he makes the right play every single time.
To be honest, I always say I'm playing this way since I started playing basketball. When I was little, we only could watch NBA games like 2, 3 a.m. and like maybe once per month.
Wow.
When I first started playing basketball back home in Serbia, Belgrade, I really couldn't do a push-up. I just play video games and I drink Coke. That was my life. They didn't know what to do with me. Then I kind of started working out. Then I came here. I drink the last Coke on the airplane coming to the America.
5 and then run 5, okay? Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up. 3, 4, 5. Good job. Good. Go, yo. Good job. Push. Go.
I firmly believe in this business and life in general. You're either getting better or you're getting worse. You never stay the same.
Okay.
Go. Quick.
I believe in that.
Good.
I believe in that. My fault.
NIKOLA has dedicated himself to improving his body, coming back in great shape, getting stronger. He can improve, and he's driven by that. He's not satisfied. He wants to continue to be a great player and to be the best center in the world.
That strength change, condition change, it helps me a lot on the floor, you know. I don't get tired that much, I feel stronger.
Nice. 2, 3. Go to work. Here we go. Wait to start before 2. Good. Go, fellas. Go. All the way up. Push. Keep going.
They're running upstairs? Wait,
Keep
what
going.
am I looking at? I don't know if they're running upstairs.
Come all the way from behind and beat the Pelicans in overtime.
He's having a better season than he had last year when he was the MVP.
Okay,
30 points in the 4th quarter in overtime. NIKOLA JOKIC, reigning MVP for a reason.
I never think about it, to be honest. I didn't came here to want to be a MVP. I think there is a lot of players in the league right now that playing at a really high level. I always think someone is better than me. You know, I want to compete to beat him. I'm gonna be underdog always in my position. You know, so that's gonna make me play harder.
I love him. I like him a lot. I think he's a great player. I like his personality. You can tell that he's a funny dude.
Joker continues to get better and better every single year, and he's taking another step forward this year. And that guy has an unbelievable talent of seeing the floor and seeing plays happen before they happen. Everyone feels involved, and when you're the best player on the team, and guys still feel like just as important as the best player on the team, it's so much easier for your teammates to want to play for you.
Okay. Okay. I take back what I said then. He's just a great leader, it seems like.
We win in that. We're winning that. No worry in the world.
No Jamal Murray, no Michael Porter Jr. for most of the season, and yet Jokic, his game is speaking volumes. His stats, whether it's the traditional stats or especially the advanced stats, are at or near historic levels.
NIKOLA Jokic! He leads the NBA in triple doubles.
I can impact my team. If I'm aggressive, they're gonna be more confident in themselves.
We're tied at 127. Jokic doubles. He finds Gordon. Gordon's
Okay, so he's a okay.
Big fella been clutch.
He's like he's a major part of the
teamwork. In the corner, he was gonna find me. He put it right on the money, and that's what he does, man. He's the best basketball player in the world.
That's in the world. Huh?
His mind just works differently than most humans, and he sees things that most basketball players can't.
For a young man to say, I can put our team on my back, and I'm going to take us to the promised land. It's only strengthened my belief that he is a future Hall of Famer.
I think the only way we can do it is together. I always say before the game, just playing together is going to help us win the games. Pass the ball when you're playing for each other, then the whole team is happy.
Lobs it to NIKOLA Jokic at the elbow. One-on-one. Kick out three, Monte. Winner! Winner! And Denver wins it by 1 point. What a
Denver
play!
Nuggets, right? See, guys, I'm learning. Denver Nuggets, right? If I'm wrong, y'all can go ahead and tell me. But the Denver Nuggets, right? They just faced the Miami Heat, right? Hey, if you would have told me that shit last year, I wouldn't know what the fuck you talking about. But I'm learning. I know a bit more information on the NBA. Y'all should leave a like for that.
NIKOLA Jokic had his way with the New York Knicks.
Jokic is averaging 26 points, 11 rebounds, 8.5 assists. They need every little bit of it.
Timeout left. Chance at the last shot. Jokic a chance to tie it off.
And he's doing that while still being a team player? That might be impressive.
NIKOLA Jokic has changed the way we as basketball fans see the big man. His otherworldly passing and playmaking as a center, combined with his smooth three-point shooting and high basketball IQ, make him the easy MVP frontrunner as of now. Nobody comes even close to surpassing him in the race. Not Embiid, not Curry, no one. So this makes you beg the question, where did this come from? How did a player who has a chance of becoming the greatest offensive big man to ever play the game also have 40 players drafted before him? Jokic wasn't Rookie of the Year, or an All-Star his second season or third. He doesn't get the same media attention as other players of his caliber. Most casual fans don't even know about this guy, or his story, how he got to this point. This is NIKOLA Jokic's career story, so far. Jokic was actually sleeping at the time of him being drafted. It was during a Taco Bell commercial. Nobody batted an eye at this pick, starting what would be a common denominator. People would...
I think I started a second video. Yeah, it looked like I started a second video, but I guess we watching this one too. So y'all get 2 videos in one. Who's saying I'm not the best YouTuber?
Overlook NIKOLA. He wasn't outspoken. He didn't make headlines for outlandish statements. He let his game do the talking. The Nuggets wanted Jokic from the beginning, but they weren't sure they'd even be able to get him. In fact, they had to promise his agent that they'd take him at the 41st spot just so NIKOLA wouldn't be removed from the draft. It's incredible how a soon-to-be MVP wasn't even sure if he would be drafted. After being drafted, NIKOLA played most of the 2014-15 season in Serbia for the Megalex, showing off his incredible potential. Some of his best games were when he dropped...
This nigga is talking with energy, showing off his greatest potential. Like, he's talking with mad energy. I like it. I fuck with it.
27 points and 15 rebounds, 17 points, 12 rebounds, 8 assists, as the Nuggets front office watched on, knowing that they had something special.
So he was always good.
That sentiment was even more highlighted with Jokic winning the Adriatic League regular season MVP, as well as the ABA League top prospect for the 2014-15 season. Jokic showed what he was about overseas. His flashy passing with 6 assists per game as a 6'11" big man made him ready for the big leagues. In the summer of 2015, Jokic signed a contract with the Nuggets. The second-round pick had already done well. Most players picked at his spot don't even get to this point. But NIKOLA was 41st pick? He showed flashes of his coveted skill set for a big, some of his best games being a 23-point, 12-rebound outing against the tough defense of the Spurs, or a career-high 27 points and 14 rebounds in a win versus Toronto. It was on and off in the starting lineup for him. He started 55 games, but played 80. The Nuggets clearly knew what they had, and the NBA acknowledged it too, as Jokic was third in the Rookie of the Year race, as well as first team All-Rookie. A monumental achievement. Some thought he never even played in the NBA. People had no idea who this guy was just a year ago, and now he was a key part of the Denver Nuggets and their future. 2016-17 season was an even better one for Jokic as he continued to improve. His best game was his performance against the New York Knicks, where he had an incredible 40 points to lead the Nuggets to a 131-123 victory. He went 17 of 23 from the field, remarkably efficient, and added 9 rebounds and 5 assists. Not only could the Joker score, but he could set up his teammates, adding another dimension.
Fire nickname, the Joker. Ooh, wow, why that hit me in the heart? Why that struck a chord with me? Oh, damn, that's fire. Hold on, I might have to fuck.
To his game that was inconceivable for someone of his height. He finished the season averaging 17, 10 rebounds, and 5 assists, and he placed second in voting in the 2017 Most Improved Player race. If you haven't heard of him, now you would. The excitement to witness Jokic's development and how he would continue to take new strides in his game was in anticipation like no other. The Nuggets went from 33 and 49 the previous season to 40 and 42, just one game out of the playoff race. This kid was just 21 years old, by the way. 2017-18 was the season where things really started to come together. Only a few weeks into the season, Jokic dropped what was a career high in point total, 41, against the Brooklyn Nets, and also won a Player of the Week award to his name. Fans knew who he was. He wasn't just that chubby kid from Europe anymore. He was easily a top 3 center in the league, some even thinking he was the best. They were a minority, but soon that would change. For now, the Jokic barrage continues.
Yeah, this nigga's video's on fire. Hold on.
22 points, 12 rebounds, and 11 assists in one night. How about 30 points, 15 rebounds, 17 assists against the Bucks? Yes, you heard that right. 17, man. Nobody.
That's what Team Giannis is on, right? Hey, y'all gotta drop a like for that. I'm here. I'm listening. You know what I'm saying? I'm collecting information on the NBA. I still don't watch that shit because I can't see it. But I'm learning and I know now.
And I repeat, nobody as a big has ever come close to what Jokic was doing here. Whenever players like Russell Westbrook or James Harden broke records, it was always discounted by old heads on Twitter. Well, Oscar Robertson has more triple-doubles. Wilt Chamberlain scored more than Harden. Not impressive. For Jokic, you literally cannot find another center who passes like he does. The offensive repertoire is extraordinary. Watching this guy lace up his sneakers and do things we've never seen from someone his position was a joy. And he was just
Why
getting
does this man
started.
sound like my friend's little brother, though? Like, my friend, his name is Destro. He has a little brother, bro. This man kind of sounds like him. Yo, Destro, you let me know if I'm right.
He also recorded the quickest triple-double in NBA history in 14 minutes and 33 seconds, getting it with just 2 minutes in the second quarter in that Bucks game I just mentioned. The Nuggets were so close to finally taking that next step as a unit. With 45 wins, they headed to Minnesota to try and sneak into the playoffs as the 8th seed. A win, and they do just that, facing off against the number 1 seeded Rockets, which would be a huge experience for the young guys. Unfortunately, in an epic battle with NIKOLA dropping 35 and 10 rebounds, the Nuggets just barely lost to the Timberwolves, ending their hopes at a playoff run. But it was hard to look back at this season with shame. Jamal Murray had blossomed into the second star Denver needed. Their team as a whole continued to develop and improve, and Jokic did what Jokic does. Their future was bright. The 2018-19 season is where Denver was really expected to take that next step. The team had obviously been improving and developing these past few seasons, but now was the time for that big jump to not only make the playoffs, but do it as a higher seed. Nikola Jokic signed a 5-year, $148 million max contract deal in the summer of 2018, showing how valued he really was. This was a man who was sleeping while he was drafted, a guy who didn't even lace it up for his squad until a year after he was picked. This contract made Jokic a max guy, and he was worth every penny. Immediately, he backed this up. In the second game of the season, Jokic recorded 35 points, 12 rebounds, and 11 assists in a 119-91 win over the Phoenix Suns. He joined Wilt Chamberlain as the only players in NBA history to post a triple-double with 30 or more points without missing a field goal. Historical records being matched and broken by this guy. One of his best performances came in a January game against Joel Embiid and the Sixers. 32 points, 18 rebounds, and 10 assists in a 126-110 win. These performances made him a no-brainer all-star. He was putting up 20 and 11 a night with 7 assists, just unheard of for a big man. This monumental, excellent season led Denver to 54 wins, the second seed in the West, a 9-win improvement, and the Joker was first team All-NBA. Now came the challenging part, the playoffs. This could be Joker's opportunity to assert himself as one of the best in the league and make a championship run. A championship didn't come, but an incredible, hard-fought playoff run did. The second seeded Nuggets matched up against the Spurs in the first round. It was an excellent series. Jokic played well, especially in Game 6, with 43 points, 12 rebounds, and 9 assists. The Nuggets ultimately won that series in a close Game 7, where he dropped 21 points, 15 rebounds, and 10 assists, having some great passes and plays down the stretch to set up his teammates for buckets. Jokic showed that he could perform well when the lights were brightest. The next series found the Joker going up against the Portland Trailblazers, and the series was even better, dropping 37 points in a Game 1 victory. Then, when the series was tied at 1 game apiece, Game 3 went to 4 overtimes, and in 65 minutes of play, Jokic had 33 points, 18 rebounds, 14 assists, along with 4 triples. A masterful performance that also...
a triple is like I heard my friend say triple double before. This man just had 4 triples. Hey, look, I'm new. You know what I'm saying? I don't know this. I haven't been watching the NBA since I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? I have a father. I didn't have a father to...
I'm here to tell you right now.
Shut the fuck up.
Ultimately led to a loss, but how could you not admire it? The next game, he had another triple-double and a win. This guy was a machine, unstoppable, but not in the way you'd think. His playmaking and agile movement was so difficult to stop. It's like watching art form on a painting. The Nuggets won Game 5 as well, taking a 3-2 series lead, with the future MVP having 25 points and 19 rebounds. Game 7 arrived, and of course, Jokic had to show up and ball out. We were so used to his greatness at this point that when he had 29 points, 13 rebounds, and 4 blocks in an elimination game, we didn't bat an eye. The Nuggets lost that series in a tough, close final game, but it was hard to be upset. The Nuggets went from barely making the playoffs the previous year to coming a few shots away from the Western Conference Finals. The championship run hadn't come just yet, but it was hard to not envision Jokic hoisting up the trophy one day. Nikola Jokic finished the 2018-19 season averaging 20 points per game and 7 assists, with 10 rebounds a night. Many at this point began to rank him as the best center in the league over guys like Joel Embiid, because Jokic showed he could do it in the playoffs too. The 2019-20 season for Jokic was of course excellent. It wasn't necessarily what he did in the regular season, but what he did in the playoffs. Of course, in the regular season, he was incredibly clutch. A game winner against the Sixers. A game winner a few days later against the Timberwolves. Oh yeah, and he shattered records too. On February 4th, he recorded 30 points, 21 rebounds, and 10 assists in a 98-95 win over the Utah Jazz. It was the first 30-20-10 game by any NBA player in 4 years, and only the third since Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in 1976. He was undeniably an all-star for the second straight year, the first Nugget to do this since Carmelo Anthony in 2011. If you couldn't tell, this guy was good, and if you forgot, well, he'd remind you in the playoffs. The Nuggets were down 3-1 in the bubble to the Utah Jazz, and fans were worried. Would a terrific season of Nuggets basketball go to waste because they just couldn't get it done? If you've been watching this video, you know you just can't count out the Joker. Game 5, he dropped 31 points. Game 6, he had 22 points, 9 assists, and 3 steals. Game 7, winner go home night. He had 30 points, 14 rebounds, and a clutch go-ahead hook shot to win it with a final score of 80-78. An awesome back-and-forth competitive series where Jokic was going up against one of the best defenders in the league, Rudy Gobert. Despite this huge series victory, there were doubters. How are they even down 3-1 in the first place, people said, questioning if Jokic could truly be the #1 option on a championship team. The real challenge came against the mighty Clippers, a team that was favored by many to win the championship. LA had defending champion Kawhi Leonard with two-way star Paul George along his side. This is where the magical run would come to an end. Right? My goodness, viewer, that's where you'd be incredibly incorrect. The Clippers jumped to a dominant 3-1 lead. People were already speculating how the Clippers-Lakers series, which wouldn't take place until next round, would go. And once again, maybe it was the bubble effect. Maybe it was luck. Maybe it was the Clippers and their ultimate choke. But my goodness, did the Joker play incredible. 22 points and 14 rebounds in a Game 5 backs against the wall victory. 34 points, 14 rebounds, and 7 assists. A 19-point come from behind victory to dismantle the Clippers in Game 6. How about a stinking triple-double in Game 7? How does a simple 16 points, 22 rebounds and 13 assists sound for you? The Nuggets had done it. They've made it to the Western Conference Finals for the first time in over a decade. They finally gotten the media respect they deserve. Nobody thought they'd be here. They all thought it would be the signature, hyped for months, series featuring the Battle of LA. But no, the young gunning, underrated squad from Denver had arrived. And they weren't going anywhere. The Nuggets most certainly didn't make it easy for the Lakers to win the series. Jokic played more than respectable, with averages of 22, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists against the Lakers in the Western Conference Finals, where it resulted in a 4-1 loss. The Lakers went on to win the title convincingly, and I know I sound like a broken record when saying this, but you just couldn't be mad as a Denver fan. Continuous improvement over the years, from no playoffs to battling it up against LeBron in the Western Conference Finals. When you look at NIKOLA's career stats up until this point, he'd been right around that 20 points per game average, 10 rebounds, 7 assists, you know the deal by now. If he continued to put up these numbers, we'd be more than content and fine with it. Many considered him the best center in basketball, and he easily had a chance of becoming one of the greatest offensive bigs. There was no doubt about it. Jokic, however, was not fine with these numbers. He desired more. And that brings us to present day, where my goodness, he has done more.
Space to do the thing.
What a touch. Making the defensive length that he has. And
Jokic with the pump fake. Here he comes. Big steps under the Dozier, who scores. And the Nuggets are cooking.
Nikola Jokic improved in absolutely every facet of his game, from 20 points to 26 a night, from 7 assists to 8.5, from 10 rebounds to almost 11, from 31% from 3 to 40% for crying out loud. He's led the undermanned Nuggets without their second best player, Jamal Murray, to the 4th seed. He's had 15 triple-doubles this season, 4 of them being in the first 6 games. He's won back-to-back Western Conference Player of the Week awards, and he's won Western Conference Player of the Month. Did you catch all of that? Oh yeah, and he dropped 50 points with 12 assists one time. And he opened up the season with 20 straight double-doubles. He is also one of 9 NBA players to reach 50 triple-doubles. I could go on and on about the amazing performances he's had, the double-digit assist games, how he's been a phenomenal leader despite the recent absence of Jamal Murray. All of that. But to be honest, people are starting to get used to this greatness. Nobody at 7 feet tall does it like he does. Yet it seems like the media just bats an eye. Famous basketball analyst Nick Wright put it simply: talking about Jokic doesn't get clicks. People are still somehow debating whether or not Embiid deserves MVP over him, or Chris Paul, when while they've had great play, it just fails in comparison to the Joker. To think that a season like this could possibly be overshadowed, not talked about, it's horrible. You now know how his career has evolved. How a guy drafted during a Taco Bell commercial in the 2nd round would become an MVP winner. How one man turned the Nuggets from a franchise with no direction to one who will consistently be a contender. And that's not a bad story at all.
Y'all go on and subscribe to that guy in the description. NIKOLA Jokic, man, I am a fan of this guy, you know what I'm saying? I haven't really seen him play other than that video, of course, but I fuck with his mentality. I like that he's breaking records. I like that he's very humble. If you know anything else about NIKOLA Jokic, things that I can watch and, you know what I'm saying, let me know in the comments down below. Please hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed, you know what I'm saying? Before we leave, I just want to say sorry for not uploading in a month. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be the new Korea Kenshin or anything, but it's just that I recorded a game against a D1 player, and to me the game wasn't entertaining enough. You know what I'm saying? Like he's told me he was D1, and it just didn't feel like D1. when I faced him. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if he was lying, but basically I'm trying to get another matchup ready for y'all. So that was my focus. That's why I wasn't uploading. I'm trying to get another matchup. He said he'll love to face me again, this time for bread, so maybe that'll motivate him. So I'm working on projects, 1v1s to drop for you guys. I also have a second channel, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead and subscribe to that. It'll also be in the description, you feel me? And hey, man.
Shit. I'm the one calling the shots. I don't get stuck in the box. Feel like I've been through a lot, holding it down like it's tied to a rock. Everybody all talk, they ain't walking that walk. Learned it all on my own. Everything's self-taught. Headshot with the stainless. Blow their mind, now they brainless. Dreams of being on stages. Damn, this shit's outrageous. I can see all of the changes. Everything coming in phases. Last year I was nameless. This year I'm finna be famous.